coming into the tournament, we kind of didn't play our game in the first 3 games.
Maybe fight. Da geht EP rein bei euch.
EV team and Acend going up against one another. That's a very center map, and actually, off of that, Acend is gonna get completely eliminated.
We all had like the same fucking flashbacks. It was such a, how do you say, so it was like ultra cringe.
Acend not really getting much of a chance to do anything, and Killy gets even more difficult as he hops into the vehicle. The tire gets popped immediately.
Fucking bad, sucky mood.
It's so difficult. Now the paint has gone down. Killy last man up. Oh, one more tag and he's done. And there it is. Example just does not miss.
I think like the first 3 games were pretty a slow start for us. Also because it was the first big tournament for us as a team in the final lobby. We were all a bit, I would say, nervous. You also could hear it in the comms.
Er geht nicht links rum. Ne, neues Team.
Das ist sein letzter Mate.
Low rechts. Nice.
Is there a honeymoon period? I think there's a lot of talk online about the honeymoon period. Is it going to be? Again, they're a team that need to get themselves to land. They've got a few points underneath their belt, but they haven't got enough. So they need big results here.
So I was like, oh fuck, maybe we are not ready. Maybe, I don't know, something is wrong.
So basically, I feel like we had like a 2 different goal kind of expectation for the tournament. We knew that to qualify directly to PGC, we would have to get first place. We knew that was going to be really hard, especially like Twisted Minds is amazing. Sometimes Navi is really good. Like sometimes one random team just completely pops off and gets every circle and whatever. So you can never really expect to get first, in my opinion. And then qualifying to PGS would be super nice and way more doable, because that's probably okay with a 3rd place, sometimes a 4th place. And it would kind of just turn around our year a little bit, make sure we actually get to play some lands, make sure we're still in the runnings for PGC. Everybody who didn't make PGS now has like a 5-month off season, right? So making PGS is really fucking nice. And then for me, like the 3rd goal in the back of my mind was kind of just play a good tournament. Like even if we get 5th and it's not enough, like Foot Esports right now or something, right? I would still be so much happier with that than with the 14th and the 16th places that we got in the rest of the year. And we just made a roster change, so we're not expected to do super well. So even if we play a good tournament and it's not enough, I'd still be okay with that.
After game 3, we had like a switch. Also, we had like a little talk between game 3 and 4. And starting from game 4, we just played we played scrims and like I expect us to play. And it felt really good.
The moral of Mortars, I suppose we can call it, as Acend. 0 kills so far. They've been backfilling the fights on the southern side. Not really opting to engage thus far, but there you go. The 3 confirmed. The aftermath of the fairy tale fight we saw in the compound just before. They've been cleaned on up. Where is Lassa in all of this? Acend has managed to claim the top, but they've run past Lassa. Now shots come in from the other side.
I think if you have like the first 2 games like we had, and coming back like this with a big game, with a back mountain game, it tells a lot about our mood and our motivation in the team in this state of the day, and we are pretty happy about it.
Doesn't matter, the first 3 games were shit.
Yeah.
And winning after that 3 games was like actually the most important thing, I think, in the whole tournament, because if we don't make this comeback on the first day, I think you can throw the whole tournament away.
It's Killy Kai with a P90. He can just hop off the edge and hit fire, fully blind himself, shoot the sky a little bit, and he's still alive. Brex managed to clean up the...
Best game we played was the win on the first day, where we had like literally 0 zones and we had like really good calls and we won the game on the mountain. And I also got like 6 kills of like in the last 1 minute. Like in the last minute I got like 6 kills. I think that was like best game we played.
That's made it difficult. Killy! Oh, off the edge he goes and down back to lobby, but Pains follows up with the MG3.
They've all gone past Lhasa as well. I know this might not be a massive impact thing, but right now it definitely could be. All of them eliminated. Somehow not getting one, but now he peeks over the top. Lhasa finds one, will be traded instantly in return. But is this the chance for Doozy to creep up over the left side? Has it bought the time for him to go unnoticed? They're going to commit to the rest. Brex is going to try and buy time for his teammate to get on up. Doozy, full speed pushing forward, gets the peak straight from the double German duo. And that is going to be an Acend win.
Well, yeah, you've been fragging out recently, so yeah, keep it up. You're like top fragger on the team now. You gotta make the other guys step up.
I don't care what stats. As long as we're winning or like having good results, I don't care.
I guess like going into day 2, maybe energy's probably pretty good. You're in like a pretty good spot, and then game 1 you crash, your game crashes, and you end up drowning in the river, and you guys are in a 3-on-4 from like the very beginning of the round. What's going through your head at that point, and like what are you kind of doing to try and like rally the guys?
I was so tilted because you don't really want to start like this, and every time we start super bad, it just goes like to the day then.
Ich hab wieder Game Crash, man.
But this time, I don't know, like the guys are pushing us, like pushing me as well, that like it's the game, you know, it's not my fault and stuff. And we just were like acting like this game never happened, and we just could move forward.
For sure.
I think we managed this situation really well, to be honest.
As much as we've played Tego now, there are still angles that we just don't have as muscle memory locked in on, where you can be seen from. Ilyakai goes active with the MK, finds the double. Now it's just Devante that's alive. This is the momentum they need to get going to make their way to the top. Issue is they cannot make their way through the wall. That is Acend.
Brex tries to land a spray as he's just peeking left and right around the side. Can't quite get it though. Very low, and
Where they have him, and I respect the fact that Brex disengages here. Yes, it's a 3v1, soon to be a 4v1, but it's not been the tournament that we've been wanting so far. Let's play it clean. Let's not take any risks.
Brex has been pivotal in that position.
I mean, as Chris already said, like everybody was a bit nervous, as well me. Maybe a bit more than the other guys because they have more experience in these type of lobbies, but I know these players who are playing in these tier 1 lobbies as well. They are not unknown for me. And I know for myself I can as well play good as they do, and I don't have to hide from them.
Wie mit der Smoke, geh nicht herein.
On 1, glaube ich. Maybe on 2.
Oh, schade, gekillt, Fans, wirklich.
And yeah, I was feeling pretty confident for the whole tournament, for the finals, and to push up the team.
Awesome.
They all drink water as well.
And yeah, human beings.
Yeah, they are human beings who drink water, for sure.
At the end of day 2, I felt really good about qualifying to PGS. The leaderboard was really close. I knew that it could go wrong. We were third for the PGS slot, so 4th overall. And the team in front of us was Stardust, which I knew wasn't as good as their position on the scoreboard, so I didn't feel bad about them. But I also knew that Eternal Fire is right behind us and Foot's right behind us. So I was like, okay, we're basically playing against 3 teams for 1 slot. Because BB was way too far to actually get into contention if they play normal PUBG. Yeah, exactly. Under normal circumstances, we are playing for the 2nd slot against Stardust, Foot, and EF. And I was like, we can easily do that. But if we get really unlucky, then maybe we don't. But in theory, we were still playing for 1st as well, right? Because if we play a really good day and Twist and BB suck, then we could still play for 1st. But in my head, I was already kind of saying like Twist usually just is going to play a good day and then it's going to be impossible. So like our goal here is to get 2nd. and I felt pretty good about that. But it's a best of 6. So much can happen, and so many shit zones can happen, and so much unlucky stuff can happen. You never really know, right? You just know, okay, we have a really good shot at this. And because of how day 1 and 2 went, I felt very confident because, like Chris said earlier, we came back from a mega rough start, and we really made a lot out of our chances, I would say, and we showed like a lot of things we can do. So I was feeling pretty good actually coming into day 3.
But at the same time, you need to kill them. You need the points. And in the end, it's neither. It's T-Bone that grabs them both. Quick little drop down, though, as he's under some pressure. Pixel around the side, gets flashed. He has no idea of the Brex push.
They did not know that they were going to be this close. Brex comes around the corner, catches one off guard, then instantly swings further, catches Pixel off guard as well. Now Nate's in hand for all of Foot. Killiakai, they're prone down. They're waiting this one out. Foot are pushing forward, but AC going for the flush there. It opens him up to be taken down by Brex. 2 versus 2. Foot backing off for a second. Vart down to low HP, but here comes Brex around the corner. T-Bone instantly shuts him down. The double nade, though. Let's see if he can find the 2 over the top. They have both gotten a chance to heal on up at least for a bit. Killiakai with the flash in hand now is the timing. Now he's going to try and peek on forward. Finds the first one. T-Bone gets the flush on the other, but T-Bone wins it in the end. On Foot try and play together to bring this one home. Brax catches CB sat still for a second and instantly takes him down.
Schießt auf ihn, Guys. Bitte Full Pressure für ihn. Chris braucht das.
Ich sehe das nicht, ich sehe nicht.
Nice, Digga.
Nice! It makes sense that they're denying again. They know that the teams that are in the comfort positions down below are the teams on the hunt. So why give points over the team that is next to you has already been eliminated?
We knew after some seconds next to us in the compound is starters, so we knew we can't give them points. And we knew they have to come to our shack and have to breach our shack. So we have to defend the shack with our life and try even to knock or even kill some of them to get like points of them, and they don't get any points after the game. And we pretty good defended it against them pretty good. Like Killy got like 1 knock and I got like the flush. Then the second guy got knocked from Perfectis with like a bomber nade from like Cantera Ridge. Then we knew after the next zone pops, we knew, okay, we are fucked now. We have to kill them and don't give them any points. When I had the 1v1, I was just better and just smoked him and got killed him. And then a little accident happened with the first aid kit, where I put out the booster instead of the first aid kit. And and then
Ihr gibt den Kill wen anders, oder?
Ja, stark. Hast du alle bekommen?
7, ja, ich habe alle.
Okay, dann lieg ich einfach jetzt.
Ihr könnt links bei auch nichts mehr spielen gleich, ne? Ich muss healen.
Hey!
Ja.
Nein, nicht ja, du bist... Nicht ja, hier nicht, du! Oh, Bro!
How does like the team kind of like treat a situation like that? Like, are you immediately stepping in, Ko, to like be like, no, everything's fine? Are you guys kind of like giving him shit? Like, what's going on in the team at that point?
I mean, Brex was like a bit of like punching me, I think, like making a bit of fun about it. But I mean, it can happen. Like, you know, it's like finals, everybody's like a bit of nervous. I mean, it can happen. It should not happen, but it can happen.
When Chris told him, like, heal, and Pains went like, nah, or like, yeah, like he was like dismissing it, and then he died because he healed too late. So that's why we were giving him shit. Because his first reaction was like, leave me alone, you know? Like, he was like so dismissive of Brex or Chris saying heal, and then he died. So we gave him some shit for it. But obviously, we also talked about it after. We did our job that game. Like, we killed Stardust. They got 1 point out of that game. We got like 4 or whatever. So we closed the gap further. And that's what mattered, right? In the long run. But in the end, like, Pains could have probably gotten 2 placement points by healing, like, easily. If you then lose qualifications because of 2 points, right? That's when you're really, really sad about things. But we knew, like, we did our job that game and shit happens, you know, mistakes
For sure.
Acend is doing something else. They're leaving the balloon. Brexco up in his glider towards the north, only to be shot at by opposing teams because they do not like him being in that balloon.
I don't know how. I think it was like for us it's a no-brainer because we're looting close to like on Rondo there's like a hard spawn, we're looting close to it, so it was a no-brainer. I think Glider is OP. It's an OP gadget. You get so much information for no like super low risk. I don't know why other teams are not using it as much as we do. Yeah, it was just a no-brainer. It was just OP.
Yeah, I mean, just top-down view of the map, basically. For
Yeah, you're just fucking UAV, and I don't know. I didn't die like that often, to be honest. I have like less information and more risk if I drive around the map.
Past them, but Stardust had other ideas. It's Brex from up above. Killy with a big knock as Novi tries to get over the river. Taking him down, they need to secure that flush because Stardust will be looking in this direction as well. Killy will secure it before they can steal it from them.
This is an incredibly heads-up play by Acend. They were rotating full speed forward. They see Stardust doing the same thing out of what we like to call the garden compound, just on their southern side, and they throw the curveball. They go, wait, no, guys, stop what you're doing. We're not going forest. It's too dangerous. Stardust have just given us a free entry to the circle.
It's perfect for Brex. He makes the most out of it. I think his brain is just the best at like using all that information that the glider gives you.
I mean, we knew that the glider is pretty OP because like you have so much overview, you have so much information what is going on, and it's also pretty hard to get shot out. But if you're Brex, there are sometimes you're getting M24 headshots and just die randomly with a quickscope. Yeah, like the glider is the perfect vehicle or for Brexco because like he knew so much stuff in his head already. Like he knew that like how is the map playing and where's which team and all the stuff. But sometimes it's still difficult like to track the splits, and then you have Entropic who's playing 1-1-1-1 across the whole map. So sometimes you can't read stuff. That's why it's also super good and super important to have these ladders because you literally see everything. And if you're like up with 4 people, one is flying with the glider and 3 people on the ground, you also could like easily punish these splits sometimes, because when people are solo, you just pull up on him. Because Brexo is giving us like air support, and we just try to kill him because what should I do?
At the start of the day, I was saying we're getting second today, and it's going to be a best of 1. And everybody was like, don't do best of 1, you know, but it's always a best of 1 with us for some reason. But then we actually did really well in game 5, right? We got that second place. We denied versus Eternal Fire at the end. But we had like what was it? Maybe like a 7 or 8 point gap. So we were like, we knew we should still get points, but we should be okay. But then like zones were really rough and we had kind of a shit rotation and stuff. So we were actually happy about every single point we got. So we were still unsure in the last game until Brex killed that Stardust solo.
Send. They're so split. There's no support here. Chris is by himself. He's got a shotgun for support. Needs to dodge out on the flashbang because Sheila's about to peek. He does do so, and Chris gets the better of him.
I started crying the moment Chris is running up to make some points, and Rex is rolling behind the fucking pillar to fucking survive completely open to the S compound, spine compound.
Talk to me about your run. You're just like sprinting through the middle. There's teams all around you. Like, how do you like? I see you do this all the time in these games where you just go for like this crazy send to the middle on foot, like somehow find a little spot to hide in. How are you so good at like finding like the gap and like knowing when you can just make this type of play?
I don't know. It's just like an instinct. I see the map and I know who's shooting who and where their prior is, where they have to focus. So it's probably just an instinct. And I was in a spot like people behind knew where I am, and I was in a spot where I'm probably not gonna do like any points, and I had Chris alive behind me, so I just took the risk.
Brexco was like proning behind the haystack, and then in Germany we say alles anspannen. Also wirklich alles anspannen. Like you have to like, I don't know what's the word for anspannen?
Like clench up or something.
Like clench up, like everything, like we asked everything. And like Brexco was looking at the window, like, and we saw that like the Navi or what player was in the compound, looking out, please no, because you know when Brex now gets spotted and dies, it maybe cost us the whole like qualification. And like, I mean, yeah.
The funniest thing was as well that Chris had foot above him as 4, right? And he was like, they know about me. If I just stay here, they're gonna come and kill me. So Chris goes to make like a really risky play, gets shot in the back instantly. He's like in a whole world of trouble. And Brex is running through the field and he's saying to Chris like, you have to play your life because I'm dying. And Chris is there just on a fucking tree, getting shot in the back, 4-man foot above him, and he's just like, how the fuck am I gonna play my life, you know? It was so rough.
I mean, Brex in the shack's gonna get chill, at least for a little while longer. Still uncontested, but maybe not if Stardust has something to say about it. They're coming in, rotating underneath. They might be going straight towards where Brex currently is. Are they stopping?
Yeah, Foot.
Yes, they are.
Esports are well aware that Acend is still one up somewhere, but
I was tracking points and kill feed. We were trying to figure out who is where, right? Because Stardust was alive and Foot was alive. So we were like, they all kind of mattered. And we were kind of saying, okay, like Na'Vi should have a good game. Foot should not have a good game. Stardust is probably fucked next circle. And then we heard Stardust pulling up to Brex's shack. I think they pulled up behind it or somewhere close to it. And then Brex just said like, shut up, I know what I'm doing. And then we all shut up, and then the guy walks into Brex's shack, and he's just like, brrr. And then we basically started celebrating because we knew that was kind of the kill as well. That mattered.
Nice.
Ich weiß es nicht.
Nice! Auf geht's!
Das ist dumm, Alter. Da kommt er da rein. Junge, ist das ein dummes Spiel.
I think we are a better LAN team than online. Like Chris especially is like really good on LAN, and people play different on LAN. They play with way more center and way they are scared. Like they're way more scared. I think that favors us if we play like late based on the formations. So I'm hyped. I think we can do it. I think we can have like really good results. I was playing with Pains on PNC and it didn't feel like that he's like an onliner, you know. I think we're in a good state.
We came back from such a bad start. That was really important for us. And I think it's really good that we know now, okay, we are like strong enough to do that because that's what we sucked in the past. Like if a day would start badly or a tournament would start badly, that would always be rough for us to come back from. And I feel like we're way more resilient now, and we are like way more resilient is just the word. Even with the right, we have a really bad start on day one, and then we come back with a big win, and we actually get up there. We have a game crash at the start of day two, and then like I think some unfortunate stuff happening in the second game as well. We still come back, we still win, and that's really good for us to know, and that's really good for us to carry on, and that should help us through PGS as well.